Jason Knott, editor of CE Pro, and I am excited to be joined today by 3 top custom integration companies who are here to talk to us today about their use of Crestron Home and how it's impacted their business. Welcome, guys. So you all 3 talked about how you migrated to Crestron because of that interoperability and that high-end experience you could bring to your customers. With that, for many years came kind of a heavy programming element to it. But now we have Crestron Home that's really kind of changed the game. Tell me a little bit about your experience with Crestron Home, when you started using it, and how it's differed from your previous experience with Crestron.
So I've been a Crestron Home supporter from the very beginning. I started with Ping, like a lot of us did, and I've grown with it. I've never tried to push it past its limitations. That was the key to the product, just making sure you use it within its scope of what it was intended to do. I'm a certified programmer. I've been doing the programming since I started with Crestron over 20 years ago, and this experience has just been a completely different experience because the programming aspect is more of what it's expected in today's systems. It's just, you plug things in, you want them to work. It doesn't require hours and hours of programming to get a simple thing to work that you're trying to do.
Yeah, Crestron Home has definitely changed the game for me. Previous to Crestron Home, I would be doing all the programming. Now, I own my own company. I do the project management and the design and sales and the programming. So any programming that I'd have to do would take away from other aspects of what I could be doing. And it would be days of programming compared to now just hours of programming. So obviously the time saved is tremendous. It allows me to do other things, but beyond that, there's a fit and finish to Crestron Home that is unavailable anywhere else right now, and our clients are really appreciating that. The iOS apps are amazing, and the clients realize that compared to the previous Ping app or other apps that they're using. So it's much more modern, and we're deploying it faster than ever.
Todd, how has it changed, your experience changed with Crestron Home?
The change, so first of all, Crestron's Crestron. Let's just get right to the roots of it. You have to understand it, you have to live with it. You can't just go out there and sell it. So, when you're coming into the game of offering a product, you have to eat the groceries. That's number one. The change that's happened is just more of the confidence. Now, for an individual doing the programming or hiring a sub-programmer, you're depending on that person, and they only have certain limitations. I have the whole Crestron behind me. All the smartest guys that Crestron has to offer is building the software for me. So for that alone, I go to the customers like Superman. I could run through walls at this point because I know for a fact whatever I'm going to be offering them, the expectations are going to be met because Crestron Home could offer and pretty much match any solution or anything that I say will be a reality now or later on.
So just to clarify, at this point, have you migrated all of your new control systems to Crestron Home, or are you still using traditional programmable systems for maybe an ultra high-end project or something like that, Crestron, or are they all Crestron Home?
At this point, for my current platform and what I'm offering to my clients is, I think, within the box. And here's the thing, I don't think there is a box with Crestron Home. I know there's limitations, people use that word, but there's only limitations to the person who doesn't know it. So for myself, I've been offering it to all the homes that customers want. Customers want simplistic. Customers want easy to use. Customers want things just to work. Customers don't know about all the additional features like press and holds, tap, triple taps, this. More things for them to do is more for them to remember, and it's something that builds an experience that's more complex. At this point, Crestron Home is everything they asked for. I want something that works quickly. I want to press a button. I want it to do what it's supposed to do. I want when there's a problem, I want it fixed. When there's a problem, I could sit in my bed and make a change and have it done instantaneously in seconds. So my quality of life is better now with this product. So for myself, if it's better, then it's definitely better for the customer experience, and that's been showing based on their calls.
So just to clarify for other integrators out there, there's not this gap between the traditional programmable Crestron system and Crestron Home. This Crestron Home is really fulfilling all of your clients' needs, no matter what. As you say, there is no box that's limiting what Crestron Home can do for you.
For myself,
yeah,
and for me and my understanding, there isn't. But for other integrators who just jump into this solution, this tool bag, and they don't know how to use the tools, there's limitations for them. But for myself, by knowing it, and these 2 guys next to me, I think they would agree with me that there is no limitations based on what you could offer in the tool bag.
From the moment that we saw what Crestron Home was going to look like, we started designing our systems with that in mind. And since we've seen that, we've deployed nothing but Crestron Home-based systems. Even before Crestron Home was released, we had a CP4R running ping in a home in preparation for the Crestron Home rollout. It's not too hard to design a system for Crestron Home. I barely changed 5% of my design that it would have been otherwise. So for us, we're in that sweet spot where it's fitting all of our systems. And now, even planning jobs a year out, I'm looking at what requirements they're going to need. And I'm talking to Crestron, and I know that I see a little bit of the roadmap. They show everyone a little bit of the roadmap, and we know that the features that are coming are going to satisfy that project's needs coming around. So it's important to analyze a project. It's not for everybody. It happens to be that every single project I've done in the past year has Crestron Home in it. But you have to realize what it does and what it doesn't do, and it's important to live with it. I use it in my home, and it's the best control system I've ever had in my house. And the limitations that are there don't really affect me. They're more of like a pet peeve, and they're being addressed so fast. And that's also one of the most amazing things about it. It's similar to iOS, where every year there's a series of updates. You're getting the same hardware, you're getting new features. That's how it's been almost on a monthly basis now. With the same hardware, monthly or every other month, we're getting a whole new set of features, and our systems are improving without barely doing more than a software update. So every system we do is getting it.
Joe?
So every system we deploy at this point is Crestron Home. We still have the ability, we have the tools and toolbox that we could still go to if we need to, and it works with Crestron Home. So even if we need to go outside the Crestron Home scope, we can. We haven't really needed to on very few projects that just had certain requirements that needed to do something, but the backbone of the system was still a Crestron Home system. It basically does everything that everybody's looking to do.
And
Great.
can I just piggyback on what he said? With Crestron Home, it still works with Crestron, I'll call it Classic. There's actions and events that you can merge over if something currently isn't working there, or there's a module that can't be built in Crestron Home. You can make it happen by just thinking a little bit. That's our job. We're integrators, right? We're solution finders, where we make it happen. And there is those tools. So for people who don't understand that, it's just not Crestron Home. It's still Crestron Classic with Crestron Home. Think outside the box, and then you'll get the customer what they need.
That's absolutely true. Like with Lutron systems, previous to the most recent release, now they have native Lutron integration, but previous to that, we would have a third party, an RMC3 controlling the Lutron system, where Crestron Home would be communicating to that RMC3. And so inside Crestron Home, you'd still be able to raise and lower a Lutron shade. So there are ways around certain obstacles, if you could think through it.